Good morning, dear students. I welcome you all at the Amman Public School Math Online class. In today's session, we will learn about comparison of unlike fractions. We have two topics in this session. First, we will discuss about comparison of unlike fraction with the same numerator. Then we will discuss about unlike fraction, comparison of unlike fractions with both numerator and denominator are different. So before we start this session, let's refresh. So before this topic, we learned about comparison of like fraction. So what are like fractions? We learned in the previous session. So like fractions are those fractions which have denominators are same. Say for example 5 by 9, 10 by 9, 20 by 9. Look at the denominators of this fraction. So fractions that are having same denominators, such fractions are called like fractions. Then the comparison of like fractions are quite easy. How do we compare? Nothing is there. No matter, we just need to look at the numerators. Since denominators are same, we just need to compare their numerator. Just look at the 3 upon 4, 10 upon 4. We have two unlike fractions to be compared. So the fractions that are having the greater numerator is larger in value. So here, out of 3 by 4 and 10 by 4, the second fraction 10 by 4 has the greater numerator, therefore 10 by 4 is larger. To show that, we place the symbol. So we read it as 3 by 4 is less than 10 by 4. Then I think there are some confusions regarding the greater than symbol and the less than symbol. So let's see that. Just look at I think you know the names of the symbol. See, the symbols are, so what are the names of the symbol? So the first symbol is less than symbol. So first symbol is less than symbol, and the second symbol stands for greater than symbol. So second symbol stands for greater than symbol. So how do we identify? How do we identify which symbol to be placed between two numbers? Just look at the two numbers, very easy, 5 and 10. So beside the larger number, we place 2 dots, and beside the smaller number, we place 1 dot. Then we join, so we get the comparison symbol. So this is the correct placement of the comparison symbol. So we read it as 5 less than 10. So likewise, we can do this for same for fraction also. So let's come to that point. What we are discussing, today's topic is unlike fraction. However, I just discussing with like fraction. We are discussing with like fraction how to compare. Then it is easy for us to learn the comparison of unlike fraction. So like fraction, it is quite easy. We just need to look at the numerators and compare them. 2 by 5 and 11 by 5. 11 is larger. So 11 by 5 is the larger fraction, greater fraction. So let's come to the comparison of unlike fractions. So in the previous video class, in the previous session, even though we discussed unlike fraction with the same numerator, some of us have doubts. So let me take you one example. Just look at the 11 by 5 and 11 by 23. So these are two unlike fractions with the same numerator. So if the numerators are same in unlike fraction, the comparison rule is that the smaller the denominator is greater in its value. I repeat once again, to compare unlike fraction with the same numerator, the rule is that the smaller the denominator is greater in its value. So according to that, 11 by 5 and 11 by 23, 5 is the smaller denominator. Therefore, 11 by 5 is greater fraction. So we place the greater. So we know that towards the greater number we place beside the greater number quantity we place 2 dot, beside the smaller one 1 dot, then we join, so we get the comparison correctly. So 11 by 5 greater than 11 by 23. Look at one more example of same numerator, 5 by 8, 5 by 8 and 5 by 7. So let's have the same idea here, because these are unlike fractions with the same numerator. So the rule is that the smaller the denominator is, greater in its value. So out of 5 by 8 and 5 by 7, 8 and 7, in 8 and 7, 7 is the smaller number. Therefore, 5 by 7 is the greater fraction. So how do we put the symbol? So towards the larger number, we place 2 dot, and beside the larger number, we put 2 dot. Beside the smaller number, we put 1 dot, and we join it, so we get the correct symbol. So how do we read this? 5 by 8 is less than 5 by 7. So I think now you are able to compare unlike fraction with the same numerator. Let's have some. Let's arrange this multiple number of unlike fraction with the same numerator. So let me give you some examples of that. I'll give a few two examples. So the first one, 9 upon 10, then 9 upon 15, then 9 upon 4. So we have to arrange these fractions in both ascending and descending order. So for that, remember the rule. While comparing unlike fraction with the same numerator, the rule is that the smaller the denominator is, greater in its value. So let's arrange these fractions first in ascending order. So the smaller value to be written ascending order, otherwise we call it as increasing order. So for writing increasing order, the smallest number to be written, so the smallest fraction to be written first. Which fraction would be the smallest here? So according to this rule, same numerator, unlike fraction. So 9 by 15 is the smallest, so we write 9 by 15 first, then we write 9 by 10, then at last 9 by 4. Now we have to insert the comparison symbol. So take the first two number, 9 by 15 and 9 by 10. So 9 by 10 is the larger, so beside 9 by 10, 2 dots, then we join it, so we get the correct symbol. Then between 9 by 10 and 9 by 4, 9 by 4 is larger, so we get the answer correct here. So 9 by 15 less than 9 by 10 less than 9 by 4. So next, if you need to arrange them in descending order, so what we have to do, descending order is otherwise called as decreasing order. So for decreasing order, we have to write the larger number first. So here the larger fraction to be written first. So here larger fraction, what is the rule of comparing unlike fraction with the same numerator? The smaller the denominator is, greater in its value. So which is the smallest denominator? 4 is the smallest denominator. The fraction is 9 by 4. So we write the particular fraction first. So 9 by 4. Next we have 9 by 10. Then at last we have 9 by 15. So we arranged them already. Then next step, we have to insert the correct comparison symbol between these fractions. So first let us take 9 by 4 and 9 by 10. And we see that 9 by 4 is larger. So beside 9 by 4, 2 dots. Beside 9 by 10, 1 dot. then we join, so we get the correct symbol. Then between 9 by 10 and 9 by 15, 9 by 10 is larger. Beside 9 by 10, 2 dot. So which number or which fraction is larger? Beside that particular one, put 2 dot, and which is smaller one, beside that number or fraction, we place 1 dot, and we join them to get the correct comparison symbol, which is, it is a quicker comparison. It is a quicker method to identify the numbers, identify the sign of comparison. Okay, so we get the answer right here. 9 by 4 greater than 9 by 10 greater than 9 by 10, 9 by 15. Let's have a look at for one more question of same numerator, unlike fraction of same numerator. So 15 upon 6, 15 upon 6, comma 15 upon 8, comma 15 upon, sorry, the second one 15 upon 18, the third one 15 upon 8. So let's write this first in ascending order. So ascending order is increasing order. The smallest fraction to be written first. So according to unlike fractions with the same numerator, the smaller the denominator is greater in value. Therefore, the greater denominator is smaller in value. We have to write ascending order. So the greater denominator will be the smaller fraction. So the greater denominator is 18 here. We are writing ascending order. So we need to write the smallest number first. So 15 by 18 is the smallest. Then the next smallest is 15 by 8. At last, the smallest of all these three fraction, it is 15 by 6. So we write them in order, in ascending order. Then we place comparison symbol correctly. So what we have to, which symbol? 15 upon 18 and 15 upon 8. So the greater value is 15 by 8. So beside the greater, 2 dot, beside the smaller, 1 dot. Then we join, so we get the correct comparison symbol. So less than 8. So at last we have 15 upon 18 less than 15 upon 8 less than 15 upon 6. So by this, I hope everyone understood how to compare unlike fraction with the same numerators. So next we are going to discuss the comparison of unlike fraction with the both numerator and denominator are different. So let's start this. So let's take two fractions, say 5 by 8, 5 by 8 and 3 by 6. So if these fractions are like fraction, which is if this fraction, say for example 5 by 8 and say 3 by 8, so it is quite easy to compare, since the denominators are same. We just need to compare their numerator and place the correct symbol. So according to this like fraction, 5 by 8 is larger. But here we have unlike fractions. So if we are getting the denominators equal, it is quite easy to compare them. So what we are doing here, we equate the denominators into a same number. For that, we are taking the LCM of denominators. So here the denominators are 8 and 6. So we take the LCM. In the third chapter, playing with numbers, we learned LCM, about LCM and HCF, many facts we learned. So from that chapter, we use this idea of taking LCM. So let's write this. So the fractions are 5 by 8 and 3 by 6. So let's take the LCM of these denominators first. So LCM of 8 and 6. So we write 8 and 6 and we place a division symbol between in them. So remember, while finding the LCM of two numbers, we use the prime numbers. So what are prime numbers? The numbers which are having 1 and itself as factor. So 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. These are the sequence of prime numbers. So we start with the smallest prime number, which is 2, and 2 and 8, 8 is divisible by 2. So how many times it comes? It comes 4 times. Then next number is 6. So how many times? 6 into we get exact 3 times, and we proceed with this steps. Again we have 4 and 3. So 4 is divisible by 2. So again we take 2. In 4, 2 times, and 3 is not, remember here 3 is not, look at the 3 is not divisible. So if any number not divisible by the divisor, we write the number as it is. So let's write 3 as it is. Then again we have 2 and 3 in the dividend part. So we take 2 again. 2 by 2 we have 1 time. So this time also 3 not divisible. So at last we have 1 and 3 in the dividend. We can't take 2 since no number is divisible in the dividend part. So let's take the next prime number, which is 3. So we have 1 and 1 at last. 1 time, in 3 1 time. So until we get the dividend part 1 1, we keep dividing using the prime factors. So finally we write the divisors as product. So what are the divisors we get? 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So what is that? 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. So we get the LCM as 24. Let's proceed this. So the fractions are 5 by 8, 5 by 8 and 3 by 6. We got the LCM as 24. LCM we got as 24. LCM of the denominators we got 24. And the first, let's take the first fraction 5 by 8. With 8, what number we multiply to get the LCM? 24. So 8 we have to multiply 3. With the same number we multiply numerator also. So here we take the idea of equivalent fraction. Otherwise, on the other hand, we can say that we are taking the equivalent fraction so that we get the denominators equal, or we get the fraction to be in the like form. So next fraction 3 by 6. So what number we multiply so that we get the denominator 24? So it is 4. We get 4. We multiply 4 with the denominator, and the same number we multiply on numerator. So 4 we multiply both numerator and denominator. So what is that? So we get next numerator and numerator. 5 3s are 15 and divided by 8 3s are 24. Next 3 4s are 12, 12 upon 24. Now both the fractions are in the like form. So like fractions are quite easy to compare. We just need to compare the numerators. So what are the numerators here? 15 and 12. Which numerator is larger? 15 is larger. So towards the larger number, place 2 dot. Towards the smaller number, 1 dot. Then we join. So we get the correct comparison. Well, 15 by 24 is greater than 12 by 24. So otherwise 15 by 24 is what is that? 15 by 24, it is 5 by 8. 5 by 8 greater than, what is 12 by 24? It is 3 by 6. So the correct last we get 5 by 8 greater than 3 by 6. So let's look at one more example. Let's take 3 by 7, 3 by 7 and 6 by 21. So unlike fractions with both numerator and denominators are different, in this case we take the LCM. So let's take the LCM of denominator. So what are the denominators here? The denominators are 7 and 21. So let's take the denominator. Remember, while finding LCM, we use the prime numbers as divisors. Which are they? 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So let's take the LCM, 7 and 21. 7 and 21. So 7 and 21, division symbol. See, first we always start with the smallest prime number. So here 7 is not divisible by 2. Both 7 and 21 are not divisible by 2. So it's not possible with the first prime number. So let's take the second prime number, which is 3. 7 is not divisible by 3, but 21 is divisible. So let's start with the 3. So 3, since 7 is not divisible by 3, so we write 7, we drop down 7 as it is. 21 in 3 exact 7 times. So we get 7, 7, 7. So next time 7 not divisible by 3, it is not divisible by 5. 3 and 5 is over. Next we have 7 itself as the prime number. So we take 7, 7 in 7, 1 time, again 7, 1 time. So until we get the dividend part 1, 1, 1 form, we keep dividing it using the prime factor. So we get the LCM. So we write the LCM, the divisors as product. The divisors are 3 and 7. So 3 into 7, we get 21. So 21 is the LCM. 21 is the LCM of denominators 7 and 21. So let's write this. So the fractions are 3 by 7, 3 by 7 and 6 by 21. 3 by 7 and 6 by 21. So 3 by 7. So we need to get the denominators 21. So the first fraction 3 by 7. To get the denominator 21, we need to multiply 7 with 3. With the same number, we multiply numerator also. The second fraction is 6 upon 21. Already its denominator is 21. We don't need to make any changes in that. So what we have, the first fraction, 3 3s are 9. First fraction, 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. Denominator is 7 3s are 21. Then second fraction is 6 by 21. Then they both fractions became like form. So we need to compare the numerators. 9 or 6 is greater, 9 is greater. So 9 by 21 is greater. So otherwise, so 9 by 21 is the equivalent fraction of 3 by 7. So 3 by 7 is greater than 6 by 21. Let's have the last one more example. So which are 10 by 8, 10 by 8 and 7 by 5. 7 by 5. So first of all we take the LCM of denominators. So the denominators are 8 and 5. So let's get started. So 8 and 5. So we start the smallest prime number, which is 2. We start with 2. 8 is divisible by 2 4 times, but 5 is not divisible. So we write 5 as it is. Next again we take 2. 4 into 2 times, but still 5 is not divisible. So we write as it is. The next step again we take 2. 2 into 1 time, and 5 is not divisible. So we write 5 as it is. And next time we have 1 and 5 in the dividend part, which is not divisible by 3. 2 and 3. After 2 and 3, next prime number is 5 itself. So we get 1 and 1. So 1 1. So until we get 1 1, we keep dividing the numbers. So we write the divisors in product form. So divisors are 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. So at last 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 5s are 40. We get the LCM as 40. So let's write this. So the fractions are 10 upon 8 and 7 upon 5. So what is the LCM here? We get the LCM as 40. So let's write it once again. 10 by 8 and 7 by 5. So what number we have to multiply denominator to get it as 40? So we have to multiply it with 5. With the same 5 we multiply on numerator also. In the second fraction, 5 into what number we get 40? 5 8s are 40. So the same number we multiply in numerator. So 10, then numerator, product of numerators and product of denominators. So first fraction, 10 into 5 we get 50. 50 by 8 5s are 40. And second fraction, 7 8s are 50. 6 upon 5 8s are 40. So now both the fraction turn to be like fraction. So like fraction, we need to look at the numerators. So which numerator is larger? 56 is larger. Therefore 50 upon 40 is less than 56 upon 40. So 50 upon 40 is the equivalent form of 10 by 8. So likewise 56 upon 40 is the equivalent form of 7 by 5. So we insert the symbol as 10 upon 8 less than 7 upon 5. So by this we wind up our today's class. So I thank you all of you. Have a nice day ahead.